whether it's a man or a woman, if they are reluctant, if they give you a question which is good and uses the structure correctly.
But very simple.
Okay, now you might say, again, it depends on the level and also it depends on how well you know the class. If I know a class very well, if I know the students very well, and I'm in stage 10, and I say, ask him a question with the word confident, and they say, are you confident? Okay, are you confident? Then I will say, okay, and then, but because the point is, it's difficult to think of a good question. Trust me, because we have to write new questions, and it's not an easy thing to do. So, are you confident? At least that shows you that they're using the word, they understand it, and the other person can answer. But if that happens all the time, if you have a student who always says, you know, a 3-word question, then I would say, are you confident? Come on, it's not stage 2, come on. You can make a better question. Yeah? With a smile, I'm not telling them off, but it's fun, come on. Give me something more. So who's the boss?
Yeah, we should insist on using different grammar in questions.
When you say to them, ask him a question or ask her a question, it's really important that you always give it a focus. You never ever say, ask him a question. Ever. You say, ask him a question using or with, and it may be a piece of vocabulary. Obviously, you choose something that's appropriate for the level, but it may be, ask him a question with the word confident, but it might be, ask him a question with the word confident using the past simple tense. Because then they can't say, are you confident? Then they have to think a little bit more.
And begin like, were you confident, for example?
And when, if they don't start, then you can say, were you?
Think, what is past tense?
Yeah, okay, but then,
were you, did you?
But then you're the teacher there to help them.
Yeah, were you?
Yeah.
Beginning. Yeah.
For example, but basically, you are the teacher, you help them. You get what you want from the students. And how do you do that? By being in control. Okay, you had a question.
What do you do with students when you use, for example, give me an example or why, and they start thinking about it and say, wait for a minute. You give them the prompt and they say, oh no, just wait. I have to think about it. I try to give them something. Then they say, wait a minute. Then they come up with that they can't make a sentence, and then they come to my.
Which means that the end result is the same, but we've wasted a minute.
Yeah.
So don't waste a minute.
Just don't give them any chance to.
No, don't give them any chance. Give them some chance, but give them a little chance. But if you say, give me an example, please, and they go, that's long enough. Yeah, I don't want silence in my lesson. I don't want silence in my lesson because a Calvin lesson should not be silent ever. Okay? So if I ask them, give me an example, and they don't begin, then I will...
Just a second, just a minute.
Okay, so if they say just a second, I'll give them just a second. Yeah? Just a second.
Just an hour.
Just a second. Okay. And I'm going to help them, yeah? Because I don't want silence. And also, if they're taking that time, which language are they thinking in?
Not necessarily. In native. But they're thinking about grammar, how to construct grammar, how to use correctly.
And what's interesting is, this is exactly why the Calvin method works the way it does. This is why we prompt and feed. Because as soon as students start stopping and thinking about the grammar and I need to use the past tense and blah, it becomes very unnatural and it's difficult. It's difficult to do. So what we do all the time, every day, is practice automatically, like a reflex, don't we?
Patterns.
Patterns, exactly. Students learn by patterns, okay? Did you go? Yes, I went. Did you go? Yes, I went. Did you go? Yes, I went. You do that again, and then they learn, I went. Yeah? And it becomes an automatic reaction. It becomes a reflex. Not, did you go? Okay, go is, did you go is past simple, so the past of go is went. Yeah? We don't want those steps. But if we, and it's natural, but if we prompt them and feed them, again, it won't happen. Okay?
Okay.
Right. Somebody else had a question?
That's a question. Some students face the difficulty with the prepositions, for example. Can we ask, instead of asking a question with the word approve, ask him a question with the words approve of, for example?
You absolutely, what you're talking about there is collocation. Okay? Collocation is the idea that in language sometimes words go together. Yeah, if you've got something like insist on or approve of, okay? Now, what I would probably do, if this is, of course, this is something that you've been studying recently, so maybe for the last few lessons they've been practicing approve of, approve of, approve of. So then, I would say, okay, ask her a question with the word approve. Because what I want to do is I want to encourage you to use the language that you've been learning and practicing. And I don't want to give you too much help. So I'm going to say, ask her a question with the word approve. And then you might say, do you approve people? And I would say, not approve, approve of people. And I correct. Okay? And then hopefully they will think, oh yeah. Okay. But the point is, if I give them all the help, this is, when you say ask her a question, you're trying to give them a chance to show what they know and to be a little bit creative. So if you give them all the help, then it's not enough work for them, okay? But as soon as there's a mistake, you step in and you help, okay? Give me a sentence with the verb succeed, and they say, I succeeded to open, not to open, I succeeded in opening, and they say, okay, I succeeded in opening the window, yeah? And that's what we do, we step in and we help. So we've given them an opportunity, but as soon as it didn't work, we step in and we correct.
I see, 1 second, I see that some students are afraid to ask you a long question because, for example, with the word confident, they are not sure which preposition goes after the word confident, so that's why they are asked only, are you confident? Maybe they don't know the preposition that is following. That's why.
Okay, well in that case, if you, that's good, that's because you're thinking like a teacher, which is good. So if you suspect that that's the thing, they're avoiding the difficulty,
yes.
Then you definitely need to make them do more. Okay, you need to, because are you confident is too easy. They're avoiding the problem, exactly. Okay, so you might, in that case, you might say to them, give me a longer question, come on. Or you might say, are you confident? And then you extend the question for them. So they say, are you confident? And you say, okay, are you, or do you approve? They say, do you approve? And you say, do you approve of? And encourage them to,
I see.
yeah? Or are you confident in, or are you confident when, something like that. You can give them another word and then, so now you finish. Yeah? Or I might, we had before the example, okay, let's use the past tense. Yeah?
What is past tense? Did you, were you?
So what do? You help them immediately.
Prompt, yeah.
You help them, prompt. Yeah? I would say, ask her a question using the word confident in the past simple tense. Okay? And they go, okay. And I say, were you confident? Yeah, exactly. I'm showing you what I want you to say. Were you confident? And they might say, as a child, or when you were a child. If they make a mistake, if they say, did you confident? You say, not did you, were you? Yeah, you're correct. And they gradually get better. But also, remember that ask him a question, ask her a question, that's not the main part of the Callan method. Okay, that's an extra part. It's important, of course. It's important, but it's not the main part of the lesson. So I don't want you to get really worried about, oh, this bit's difficult. They are hearing question structures every second of every minute of every lesson.
It's a passive learning.
Exactly. And in fact, they experience question structures much more in the Callan method than they would in any other method. Okay? In lots of methods...
But they don't reproduce it.
But they do, when we tell them this 5 minutes or 2 minutes or 3 minutes or whatever it is, they do. They have that opportunity. But the point is, they are hearing them again and again and again. They're hearing those structures again and again. Okay? So they should be, like everything, they should be learning by listening as well as speaking.